It is game 2 of our doubleheader here in Norwalk, Iowa, between the Norwalk Warriors and the Bondurant-Farrar Blue Jays. Leading off for the second straight game will be Jordan Ryle playing shortstop. Had a good game 1, had 2 times he reached on base, hit by a pitch and a walk, struck out and popped out as well, as it'll be strike 1 to start things off here. On the mound for the Warriors is number 2, Briley Purcell, the senior. Pitching to a 1.56 ERA and a whip of 1.39, as the second pitch of the game will be a ball. Good curveball is grounded sharply to third, onto first in time. That's Ben Schroeder to the first baseman, Ryan Jones. The infield is very similar to game 1 with just one change. Cole Wardlow, who pitched game 1, is now out there at shortstop. As around the horn, it is Ben Schroeder, as we've mentioned. Wardlow at short. At second, it's Holtorf, and then at first, it's Jones. Behind the plate is Riley Schmidt, and on the mound, Briley Purcell. As the first out of the game is, again, a 5-3 ground out. That'll bring up number 1, Maxon Simmons, it looks like. Catcher was hit 4 in the DH spot in game 1, and he's quickly at 0-2. This is skied straight up, back out of play. I am Liam Weber in the booth today, and for game 2, the broadcast partner is Luke Nelson, making his broadcasting debut.
Yeah, glad to be here. It's an exciting game 2.
As here's the 0-2 to what is potentially the catcher. Could be playing a new position in this second game. He'll take a ball high and upstairs and inside. Simmons, no hits on the season, the senior. Takes strike 3 called. He stares at it for out number 2.
Yep. We're seeing some strong early defense from the Norwalk in the first inning. It's something that they really need to focus on if they want to keep Bondurant at bay. This is an offense that, when we look at it, is very effective with their runners, easily scoring once they get on base. So Norwalk playing a part in keeping them out of that territory.
As it'll be Cole Miller in the 3 spot again. He hit in the cleanup spot in game 1. He'll ground this one sharply, shot all the way over to first in time. Ben Schroeder. It's another 5-3 ground out, and that'll put an end to things here in the top half of the first. We'll be back with the bottom half when we come back. As we come back here, Colton Moore leads things off here for Norwalk. He, in the first game, struck out 3 times, walked once, reached second base on a strikeout as well. And he'll take a pitch high from the new pitcher, and it'll be Cole Miller. Was the second baseman in game 1. And has a .80 ERA on the season with a 1.22 whip.
Colton Moore really sat back on that pitch. He's showing a lot of patience early on in the at-bat. That's a strength that we should be able to see. Ooh. Swings for strike 1.
Huge cut and a miss there, and it's 2-1 now. As it's 2-2 now to the lead-off man. And that's going to be a punch out there for the first out of the game for Cole Miller. As now up is Wardlow. Pitched a gem in game 1. His final line, 6 strikeouts, 6 hits, 1 walk. Gets the win in 5 2/3 innings pitched. As he'll very, very awkwardly offer at that one. We will give you the defense after this pitch. That's going to be low. In the outfield from left to right, Fenton Smith is the left fielder. In center field, it will be Parker Ernst again, as this one's going to be lifted out there. It'll get over the head of the second baseman. And reaching safely is Cole Wardlow on a single. As now Riley Schmidt will step up. Schmidt is the catcher in today's game as well. As we'll finish off the outfielder, Cooper Goodwin in right. Around the horn at the hot corner, it is Tyson Bain, with the shortstop being Jordan Ryle yet again. Second base, Hayden Bell. And at first, it's Will Potabom. Finishing up the battery with Cole Miller, it is Maxon Simon. Good job to hold up on the swing there from Schmidt. Wardlow in this game, too, taking up his place at shortstop yet again. With Holtorf behind him in the 4 spot. Pickoff attempt not going to be in time. Runner goes. Powerful throw over. Not able to secure the grab. Looks like it is going to be a quick time here. Simmons wants to go talk to his pitcher. Schmidt has been patient so far today. Game 1. He did get an RBI ground out as well as a single, as well as a double play. So he went 1 for 3, but showcased a lot of great patience, a lot of great talents that you want to see out of a catcher, especially one that is just a sophomore. Miller delivers. That's going to be skied straight up. That has a chance to make it out of play. And it will just barely. Runner in scoring position, 1 out. It's a 2-1 count here. That's going to be laced out there. It'll be cut off by Ernst. Will they send the runner? No, they will not. It'll be runners on the corners.
Looks to be a good call. That throw was very powerful coming out from center field.
As that will bring up Connor Holtorf, the second baseman. Had a huge game one, coming across to score twice in that effort. On deck sits the first baseman, Ryan Jones. Runners on the corners here with just one out. Norwalk looking to take the lead early yet again. That'll drop in there just above the strike zone. It's 1-0. That one will drop in there. It's 1-1 now. Pickoff attempt, not going to be in time. Good job getting back in there. As instead of Schmidt out there at first, looks like it might be Cale Wadle out there. Bunt attempt, that'll go foul. As instead it is Bryson Chapman out there at first. From the stretch delivers. Big cut and a miss. Strike three. Now the first baseman will step up. Lefty. 2 outs now. That'll be in the dirt for a ball. Miller looking to get out of the inning. Pickoff attempt, not going to be in time. As game 2 of softball is also underway. It's a 0-0 game, bottom of the second. As that'll be a strike in there. It's 1-1 now. It's going to be grounded sharply, fielded by the first baseman on to first. And it's a 3 unassisted to put an end to things here in the first inning. When we come back, we will have 4, 5, and 6 due up for Bondurant. It's 0-0 going to the second. Parker Ernst steps up to the plate. He is the 4-hole hitter in this game. Batted in the 3-hole in the previous game. That's going to be smacked back up the middle.
Clearing a lot of room between second and short, and it looked to be a little bit bobbled out in center. But the throw was clean, settling in at first base.
A great hit back up the middle. Didn't even have time to talk about his game one. He did go over, so a much needed hit there here in game two. That'll bring up the DH, Drake Faltzgraf. Not a name you typically see. Very interesting spelling. As he sits at a Pfaltzgraff is the spelling of Faltzgraf. Spelling bee, final words. As it's quickly 0-2 to the DH. His game one, he singled and came around to score as well as a ground out to the pitcher and a 5-4 fielder's choice as he'll take ball 3, and it's quickly a hitter's count for the DH, the tall DH at that. Delivery. Gets a strike in there at the knees. Purcell on the season so far has a ridiculous .098 batting average against on the season. But he will walk the DH, and it will be 2 runners on for Hayden Bell. It's our first time seeing him today. Wearing the number 7, just his first at-bat of the season potentially. Unless he gets walked here, and then it won't count as his first at-bat. Delivery. Shows bunt. Does he offer at it? No, he manages to pull it back. No, they'll appeal down to second base, and they'll say he offered, so it's a 0-1 count now.
It's never a good count to be in, but you got to like the leeway he's in. I mean, multiple runners on base, no outs. It's a good position to be in, even if the count's unfavorable.
First baseman playing very shallow. He offers out another bunt. This one will go foul, so it takes the bunt out of play now. Bell, a senior, getting some of his first opportunities to hit. It's his 3rd start of the season. As that'll be a ball high and away, so it's 1-2. His starts seem to potentially coincide with the starts of Cole Miller, who seems to be their regular second baseman. So that'll be outside for ball 2. Count is tied up. Sun starting to set as we get things started. No wind. Is this going to be fouled off? Count will remain 2-2. Absolutely zero wind currently. This one will bounce in, so the count will run full. Excellent patience here.
I was noticing a little bit of hesitation from the pitcher there to pick off at second base. That was something that they were called a lot on. In the previous game, box were a little bit of an issue, and Bondurant not really showing any of that fear as they had, I believe, 4 pickoff attempts in the first inning. But it's a little more caution from Norwalk in this game, too.
It looks like it's some sort of potential technical malfunction from the catcher. So we'll see the payoff pitch here to Hayden Bell. That one's going to be lifted sky high. Wardlow puts the squeeze on it on the infield fly. And that'll be the first out of the inning, as that'll bring up Will Potabom up.
Runner staying in place there, so it's looking pretty opportunistic here. We can see if the Blue Jays are about to capitalize. I think an aggressive stance here is the way to go, but we'll see how the batter approaches this. As he swings, missing strike one, throw down, flagged safe.
Yep, tried to get the back pick there. Runner was late to get back to second. Managed to get in there safely. Potabom with a healthy swing. Game one, he was 1 for 3. Reached on an error as well as singled and came around to score at 1 point in the game. Here's the delivery. Another big swing. This one's going to be a foul tip into the glove. Wanted to throw down to second again, but nowhere near the bag this time was Holtorf. Tries to loop one in there, but it'll be a ball. And that's going to be a healthy swing and a miss for strike 3. Quickly down to 2 outs now in this top of the second, and it comes down to Tyson Bain. Bain hitting the 2-hole in game one, went 0 for 3 with a sacrifice bunt and a strikeout. That one's going to be lifted foul straight back out of play. Delivery from Purcell. It'll be outside for a ball, 1-1 to the third baseman. Checks second. Checks second again and delivers. That was an emergency hack on a ball upstairs. It's 1-2. Runner goes, throw down, not in time. It'll get into the outfield. The runner will come home. And the runner from first will take second. And Bondurant strikes first.
It's a critical error there, especially this early on in the game. You don't want to be giving up those kind of runs. It was a clean throw, but sometimes in the dirt it'll get lost, and that costs Bondurant, or that costs Norwalk the first run.
As it'll be scored a stolen base and then an advancement to home on the E2. It'll be an E2 that advances the DH Pfaltzgraff to second. That one's going to be fouled up and back. Count is 2-2. Delivery. That one's going to be lifted out of play yet again. Bain is battling in this at-bat. 2-2 count, 2 outs, runner on second. 1-0 game here for Bondurant. And that's going to be a called strike 3, a beautiful looping curve. in there for the strikeout. We'll go to the bottom half of the second where Norwalk will look to tie things up. It's 1-0 Bondurant with 6, 7, 8 due up for the Warriors. As we come back, Kingston Lamb is up, and he'll take a healthy cut and a miss. They'll say it's a foul tip. Doesn't matter. It's strike one anyways. Pitch 2. Looping curve. Doesn't catch the zone. That was a 1-1. Norwalk trying to respond after Bondurant scored early. This one's going to be fouled off of Lamb. One and two here to the DH. As the third baseman, Ben Schroeder is up next, batting in that 7th spot. It'll be out. No, they'll ring him up on it. I thought that was outside, but it is going to be a strikeout looking.
Very quick pitch, very quick release. That was intended to catch him off guard, and it looks like they succeeded.
As now up is the third baseman. He'll take a big cut there as Ben Schroeder moved up a spot in the lineup. As his game one was very productive, 2 doubles as he went 2 for 3. Delivery, that one almost hit him in the head. Up and in over the head of the third baseman. Delivery. That's a good pitch in there. It's 2-2 now. That one will run inside, and the count will run full.
Multiple pitches inside at this at-bat. You think they're trying to spook him a little bit, rattle the batter, see him, try to get him not swinging on this full count here.
That one's going to be fouled off. Straight back.
Yeah, looks like it did not work out, though. We got Eli swinging on that pitch, and I think we're going to see that confidence show out in this next pitch as well.
And he'll take the walk here. Try to get the frame call, did Simon. As it'll be Cale Waddle to step up to the plate. This will be his first at bat of the game. or of both games. Excuse me. As so far this season, just 2 at-bats, no hits, 5 runs scored, though. As waiting on deck will be the center fielder, Xavier Bush. Delivery. It's going to be lifted high and out of play. It'll be 1-1. Waddle played left field in the previous game. Has moved over to right with Colton Moore taking up a residence in that left field spot. Back pick. Not going to be in time. A very slow, safe call from the umpire at second base. And that'll be cut on and missed. It's 2-2 now. As this one will get away from the catcher and the runner will advance to second. Is that not a walk?
3.
Oh, now it's a full count. But on the wild pitch, the runner will advance. Delivery. And there's ball for the walk. Excellent job working the count full. As Bush, the center fielder, will step up. 1 out in the inning. 2 on. As it will, looks like Kingston Lamb, the DH, is hitting for Purcell. Runners on first and second. Delivery. That's going to be lifted sky high, but it will make its way out of play, I believe. And it will. Won't quite make its way on to the softball field, as it looks like Norwalk just gained the lead here in the 4th inning off of a solo home run from the bat of Bailey Birmingham. Beautiful pitch just off the plate. 1-1 count here, 1 out. Norwalk looking to tie the game up at 1. So that one's going to be grounded sharply, foul.
It looks like Xavier's trying to make a move here with his ability to get on base. We see, a 303 on base percentage, and if you want to set up your teammates later on in the inning, I think that's where his priorities sit at this at-bat. Advancing the runners, getting on base, putting everyone in a better position. It's a little more cautious, but something that it doesn't seem to do as he strikes out here leading up to our next batter.
And he will stare at it for the second out, and both outs have been looking strikeouts. And that'll bring up Colton Moore, who also struck out to start the game, as it's been 4 Ks in his first time through the lineup for Cole Miller. And obviously, as you get through your second and your third time through the lineup, batters get more and more used to seeing your stuff. As that will be a ball in the dirt, 1-0. That's hammered. Dropped out there at third. There will be no play. It was a hot shot to the hot corner. It'll be an infield single. And that'll bring up Cole Wardlow. With the bases loaded and 2 outs, the out is anywhere. If you can touch a bag, you get an out and out of the inning, preserving this lead. The delivery from Miller. Big curveball that's up in the zone. That's low and inside for a ball. It is 1-0. Looks like Wardlow's keeping constant communication with the runner, or 2-0, excuse me. Keeping constant communication with the runner at third, Ben Schofer. As we'll have a meeting on the mound, we'll take a break alongside of it and come back with the rest of this at bat here in the bottom of the second. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be smacked high. And having a read on it will be the center fielder, Ernst. Wardlow will fly out to end the inning, and it was a productive meeting on the mound. When we come back, it'll be the top half of the third inning. It'll be 9-1 and 2 due up for Bondurant. As we come back, Fenton Smith steps up to the plate for his first time today. He'll get his first look at Briley Purcell. His first game, he went 2 for 3 as well with 2 singles as well as a ground out. And he'll swing heavily at the first pitch, and it's 0-1. Tall right-hander wants to get to work. Saws him off on that one. And it'll be 0-2 quickly to the left fielder.
That pitch seemed a little bit inside. That swing was more of a way to clear the ball away from him. So maybe we'll see this third pitch be right out of the gate.
Delivery. That's a huge cut and a miss. It'll bounce back to him. Throw on to first. Got him in time. Great job from Schmidt. Found the ball immediately and guns the runner at first.
It was a well-played first out.
And it's a strikeout on the score sheet, but it will not reflect how beautiful of a play that was from the catcher. That'll bring Jordan Ryle back up. He grounded out to third his first time up. See what he can do here with an out in the third inning. Delivery. Fouled straight back. It's got the timing down on the pitch, just under it. Purcell gets back to work. That'll be in the dirt for a ball. So far, both Norwalk pitchers like getting to business. No real time in between pitches. That'll come inside. It will not hit him. So it'll be 2-1. That'll be a strike in there. The count is tied at 2 now. It'll be outside. And the count runs full. That'll run inside, but it'll be strike 3 called. He stares at it.
Norwalk seems to be really effectively utilizing their tempo here. These quicker pitches, quicker at-bats. They're really throwing off Bondurant, and it's showing. They're already down 2 outs, very quick inning. I think Norwalk can really press into this advantage.
Maxon Simmons now steps up to the plate. Struck out looking his first time up. The ball pops up out of the glove. It'll be 1-0. Delivery. That'll be high yet again. It's 2-0. Inside, ball 3. Can Purcell battle back here? Gets the strike call in the top half of the zone on the outside. 3-1. Inside, almost hits him, leans out of the way, and it'll be a walk here with 2 outs, bringing up the pitcher, Cole Miller. As we'll have a courtesy runner come on. It's number 31. It looks like that is Hayden Glissman. 1 for 1 on steal attempts so far this season for the junior. Beautiful off-speed pitch in there for a strike, 0-1. Runner goes, fires down, gunned him.
Looks like it's in time, signaling from the
Beautiful
umpire.
throw.
Yep, got him.
Absolute cannon. As the Bondurant Blue Jays go down quietly, it'll be 3, 4, and 5 due up for Norwalk. When we come back, it's 1-0 Bondurant over the Warriors. Riley Schmidt steps up to the plate after absolutely annihilating a runner who was trying to take second base from him. And he will lead things off here, see if he can help out his own cause. Delivery. That's smoked. Back-to-back plays for Riley Schmidt.
Clean in between third base and shortstop, really clearing the infield there quickly, able to capitalize early, get on base, and put his team in a great position. Well done.
As looks like they're going to keep Schmidt on first here. And up steps Connor Holtorf. As the lights have come on here at the Norwalk Baseball and Softball Complex. As it is still 1-0 Norwalk, as a quick attempt at a back pick is held on to. Pitch was called a ball. Norwalk softball took care of business in game one, as that's another pickoff attempt. Bondurant very efficient with their pickoffs. Got runners, I think, about 3 times in game one. I mean, when you have to practice against such a good running attack every day, you become pretty good at picking off runners.
Yeah, the Blue Jays are quickly trying to shut down the effectiveness of the Norwalk runners. Once they get on base, they want them to stay there. And that's something that Norwalk typically does, and we see the Blue Jays really leaning into that.
That's going to be grounded foul. It's 1-2. Schmidt's really making it look like he's going to run. Just holds up every time. As I was saying, Norwalk softball took care of business in game one, winning 6-0. And they are up 1-0 here in game two. Meanwhile, Norwalk baseball, as this one's going to be fouled straight up and back out of play. As Norwalk baseball obviously winning game one 8-5, now find themselves down 1-0 here in game two. With a runner on first and nobody out. It's a 1-2 count here to the second baseman, Holtorf, excuse me. Pickoff attempt, not in time. Shakes off the signal. Delivery. That's going to be lifted out there to right field, giving chase to it. It'll fall in foul territory. Couldn't quite keep it straight, as giving chase was the right fielder, Cooper Goodwin. Instead, we'll see the 1-2 again rather than extra bases. Runners on second and third potentially. Still nobody out. Pickoff attempt. He's back in there safely.
The Blue Jays are really laying into this pressure for the runners.
Schmidt is not going anywhere. He's taking a standard lead even. Gets his extra step here. Delivery. Does not swing at a good job holding it up.
A lot of patience from Holtorf here. You know, that experience he gets from his at-bats approaching, sitting at the second most at-bats on his team. It's something that is really getting the hang of, and we're seeing a longer at-bat play out. So,
does he go? Yes, he does. Ooh. They'll ring him up on it, as that will be the first out of the inning, as Ryan Jones now steps up to the plate, the big first baseman. Left-handed hitter. Another pickoff attempt, almost got him there. The front of Schmidt's jersey is absolutely filthy right now with how many times he has to dive back in.
I mean, it's getting hard to see him from the booth. He kind of blends in.
As he'll run now. Throw down a second. Not going to be in time. As looking at it here, you can't see the number on the front of his jersey. You can barely see the Norwalk logo, as now he will come out for a courtesy runner. And it will... and it'll be number 14, Aiden Walter, to come in to run for him.
Bet you can't shout that out. Sorry, old commercial.
As now with a runner in scoring position with 1 out, the double play is not in order anymore. Have to work around a runner in scoring position. Delivery. Inside for a ball. Sitting behind Jones is Lamb. Hitting in the DH spot in favor of Purcell. Delivery. Called a strike on the outside corner. It is 1-2 now. Steps back in. Runner in scoring position. Norwalk needs that to run to come across to score. Grounded softly down first base towards the Norwalk dugout. We'll see the 1-2 again.
Ryan Jones possibly looking for some light contact here. Really advance the runner. They have only 1 out, so a couple more to see what they can make out of them. But maybe looking for something here. Patient on that one. That looks like a high ball, bringing the count 2-2.
Will indeed. Norwalk showing a lot of patience here in game 2. Waiting for the pitches to come to them rather than go out and try to attack it. That'll be outside and the counter run full. From the stretch, pickoff attempt. Is it in time? There's no call.
Umpire, move your body.
The umpire has no call, so we're going to assume it's safe. So rather than catcher's indifference, it is umpire indifference. That's going to be fouled off in the left side. That'll make its way into the softball field of play. As in the 6th inning now, it is 1-0 Norwalk softball still. Believe it is Carly Brewer in the circle. Delivery. That's going to be smacked to center. And it'll be caught out there. Having to retreat back to second will be the runner, Chapman. And Kingston Lamb will have to step up with 2 outs and deliver a hit to score that runner from second. That'll be inside for a ball. 1-0 to the DH. That's going to be smacked out there to left field. Going back on it. Will there be room? No, there won't. It'll make its way all the way to the fence, and Norwalk ties the game.
Some very impressive distance on that hit. We're seeing a strong swing that sends the first runner home for Norwalk. Very quick answer as we enter a tied game, 1-1 in the 3rd inning. 4th inning.
As Kingston Lamb drives that run in. We'll get pinch run for by, or excuse me, no, he is number 1. Thought there was a pinch runner out there. Instead, it is just him. No stolen base attempts. I don't think he'll be trying to gun for third here. As now steps Eli Benschoter. Walked his first time, advanced all the way to third for the end of the inning. That'll find a way to loop its way just outside of the zone. It's 1-0. That's a strike down the middle. It is 1-1 now. One count here. Delivery. That's going to be grounded. Fielded by the third baseman on to first. In time. So it'll be a put an end to the third inning on the 5-3 ground out. 1-1 ball game as we head to the fourth. Due up for Bondurant, 3, 4, and 5. Heart of the order for the Blue Jays. As we return, it is Cole Miller, the pitcher, to take to the plate. And he'll sky one out to center field, giving chase to it is Bush. And he'll call everybody else off and make the snag.
Some very effective last-minute communication there. That fly could have really dropped, but there was an effective athletic play there.
Yeah, we saw some no man's land drops in the game one where the lack of communication allowed for balls to drop. Pretty sure Bush was kind of just out there screaming, "I got it." As that'll be low and inside for a ball to the center fielder, Parker Ernst. Singleton later came around to score off of an E2. And he'll cut and that's a cut and a miss for him. 1-1. That'll be high. Ball 2. Low and outside for a ball. And it's quickly 3-1 now. Batter kind of knows that he's going to get something to hit here unless it is way out of the zone. And in this case, it is. So it'll be a walk for Ernst.
Yeah, a couple of wild pitches to put a runner on first is not where you want to start. So going into 1 out, 1 runner on first position, we see a very large opportunity here for Bondurant to score.
And that'll bring up Faltzgroff. Delivery. That's going to be fouled straight back. And we will have an 0-1 count here for the DH. Pickoff attempt not going to be in time. Umpire seems to remember how to signal safe.
It's a good thing to remember.
He'll step off. Oh, 1 count here. Runner is dancing at first. Tries to kind of just drop that one in there for a strike. Can't quite get it there. So it's 1-1. As we're in the bottom of the 6th inning here for softball. Nia Holbert at the plate, one of the best power hitters in the state. As that's going to be a strike in there. It's 1-2 now. Or it's 2-2, excuse me. Runner at first. Still dancing. That'll come inside, nearly hits him. He'll get out of the way, and it's 3-2.
We're seeing Norwalk's pitching kind of ease up, move away from this quicker tempo that they were showing earlier in the game. And I think it's them being more patient, them taking their time. Each approach to every different at-bat is going to be a little bit different. And it seems to be working here. Obviously, we're gonna check on whether or not this results in any kind of base advancement from a full count.
Delivery. And that'll be low and outside for ball 4. He's really struggled here on those full counts. And we'll have a meeting on the mound. We'll take a break alongside of it. When we come back, it'll be the rest at the top of the 4th. It is 1-1 here in Norwalk, Iowa. As we come back, here's the pitch. Big cut and a miss. So it'll be strike 1. He hasn't had trouble getting to 2 strike. It's been putting batters away once he gets there. Past couple batters have been walked after good at-bats from them. This one's going to go high. 1-1. Seems to be losing that pitch high. In softball, that means that you're holding on to the ball too long, and in baseball, it means you're letting go of it too early. That's a healthy cut and a miss on a pitch that ended up closer to the dirt.
Looked to be a little bit early. I think he's pretty aggressive in this at-bat, trying to advance the runners, obviously, but more so to score here. I think in such a close game, he's really trying to make the score a lot different than what it is currently on a very high pitch, bringing the count 2-2.
Yeah, struggling to find the zone once he hits 2 strikes. Trying to get hitters to chase, just not quite having the stuff, but this one will find the zone. Strike 3 called. Strikeout number 6 on the game for him. Delivery. That'll be just a bit high. 1-0 here to the first baseman, Potabom. Fouls this one straight back. Dark clouds starting to roll in here. Steps off again. Collects his thoughts. Kicks and fires. That's going to be fouled straight back out of play. 1 and 2 now. One and 2 here, 2 outs, tie game. Base hit, as here's time called by the batters, but a base hit with Ernst and his speed could very well score that run if it makes it out to the outfield. Not to say that out there in center, Bush doesn't have a good arm, but it would be a close play at the plate. As that's going to be swung on and missed for strike 3. And that eventuality will not come to pass, as dealing with business is Purcell. We'll go to the bottom half of the 4th, where for Norwalk it's 8, 9, and 1 due up for the Warriors. It is Cale Waddle up to the plate now. He walked his first time up, advanced to second. As it looks like they're going to call a delay here for lightning in the area, it looks like.
Yeah, there it is.
As don't know if it's going to be a full delay or if it is going to be a called game or a postponement till later.
They got too close. And it's coming at us.
Yeah, there is a big weather system on its way here. So we will come right back potentially with more news on if this game will continue tonight. Sadly, tonight's game has been postponed due to lightning in the area and a storm on its way in. Thank you, everybody, so much for listening in. We will try and get back to this game whenever it is rescheduled. Have a great night. Signing off for Luke Nelson, Gary French. I am Liam Weber. Goodbye.